absolute scenes.
But the Facebook people don't like what happened this weekend.
So, where do we begin? I don't know. Should we start with Supercars or Formula 1? I honestly... Supercars! Well, okay, you know, let's address the elephant in the room, the Mustangs. Oh boy, those darn Mustangs. Both Nick Percat and James Courtney's Mustangs caught fire, and man, has it stirred an unfortunate amount of hate, debate, and skepticism with this whole Gen 3 saga. Both incidents, well, they occurred on different days. Percat's fire, according to WAU, was caused by a tyre pressure sensor, electrical surge. So, apparently it was caused by a tyre pressure sensor, which is under the wheel arch, which is very similar, apparently, to James Courtney's incident. Because if you look at both fires, they are kind of localized around the front, of course, where the engine is. I'm pretty sure that's the engine. And at the wheel arches. So, you know, it seems to be an electrical issue. I mean, who knows, to be honest with you. But mass debate has sprung up in the paddock, and well, let's just say V8 Supercars are very, very lucky to avoid a total 2005 Formula 1 American Grand Prix situation, if you know what I mean. Because there were talks of a potential boycott of all the Mustangs perhaps pulling out due to safety reasons. But look, I don't want to make this video 30 minutes long, and, you know, I mean, it could do wonders in terms of my watch time and whatnot, but, you know, I do value your time as well. So anyway, I might do a video in the future about the whole Gen 3 saga, blah, blah. Man of the match, though, Brody Kostecki. He was on fire this weekend. He was driving a Camaro, not a Mustang, so don't worry. But just an utter amazing result for the guy, with him picking up 2 race wins and a pole position, and now he's leading the freaking championship as well, which is pretty good. But anyway, Anton De Pasquale and SVG both got pole positions for race 3 and 4, while races 5 and 6 went to Brody Kostecki and Brock Feeney, who now becomes the youngest ever pole sitter in V8 Supercars history. But unfortunately, Anton wouldn't convert his pole to a win, with SVG picking up the dub in race 3 and Kostecki winning race 4. He'd also gone to win race 5, with Brock Feeney winning race 6 to round out the weekend. Why did I say it like that? Hold on. So, how was the racing? As I clap my hands, as you can hear in the background. Well, it was definitely better than Newcastle, 100%. And I will stick to saying that Newcastle probably wasn't the best place to debut a new era of supercars, you know, if I'm honest. But, I don't know. What do I know? I'm just a guy who drives around in circles all day, so... No, but the racing, it wasn't too bad. You know, I will say, from what I've read and from what you know, a lot of fan feedback, that maybe, you know, it isn't the best idea with these short, sharp races to have the mandatory CPS. You know, it just kind of fucks everything up, eh? But the racing was better, you know. There were some overtakes, you know, the P word has been brought up again, so that's great. But, you know, compared to the Gen 2 cars, it's not as bad. It's not as bad. So... there was also a support category called Formula 1 that was there this weekend too. Verstappen, as usual, was on form this weekend, though in practice, the Red Bulls did look a bit sketchy and on knife's edge when on track. You know, Sergio Perez and Max, when they were pushing, you know, Sergio, for instance, he was going off into the gravel quite a few times. So it did look like they had a bit of trouble, you know, getting the tyres into the optimal temperature range. I know Max Verstappen as well, during, I think, qualifying, was saying how hard it was just to get these tyres up to temp. And you could see that with a lot of the other drivers as well doing, you know, 2 or 3 fast laps in order to get those tyres up to temp and to push on track. Anyways, so Max Verstappen, or Verstappen, or Verstappen, I've heard his name pronounced a lot of different ways, I'm not going to lie. So, Red Bull won again, with us Tifosi crying in pain and agony again, with both Ferraris having a shocker and not scoring a damn point, with Sainz 12th and Charles DNFing again. Pain. So, the race. Like, I don't even know where to start here. There was so much happening this week, and it was actually crazy. The red flag, well, the two, but the main one, which happened at the end of the race, was... let's just say flashbacks to Abu Dhabi 2021. Yeah, brought that back up for you, Team LH. Anyways, the second red flag, which, according to many of the drivers, was a very unnecessary precaution, only made to fuel the thirst of our beloved Drive to Survive fans, enriching the race with a dramatic finale, and which subsequently caused a complete Formula 1 2022 online lobby at Turn 1. But no, I think this race was pretty good. You know, it was a classic Formula 1... this era Formula 1 race, I guess. You know, it was quite a lot of action. Unfortunately, you know, there were some busted up cars at the end, which no one likes to see, but I guess the average fan does, I don't know. But in my opinion, it was a very good race. But that's not all. The AGP, like the actual corporation that runs the freaking event, was summoned to the FIA like some sort of simp, because apparently of a breach of rules as fans invaded the track and caused a security breach before the race had even finished. Like, there's video of people on track right after the checkered flag is gone. Yeah, I know, classic millennials and their 2-second attention span can't even wait till the cars get off the track. Not only that, but a fan was apparently hit. Not apparently, he was hit with a part of K-Mag's wheel when he decided to punt it into the wall at the end of the race. But the guy's fine, but, you know, it's crazy, and there's been plenty of news stories about it as well. Just this whole Australian Grand Prix was just insane, you know. Looking at the pictures, you know, this place seemed like mayhem with 444,000 people, I think. And talking and reading to a few people and reading the comments, you know, the whole event ground was just completely packed, which, you know, makes me kind of wish I went, not gonna lie. But, you know, it's really good to see that there's a lot of people behind these Australian Grand Prix events. But, you know, it does make me wonder, like, where are these fans when Supercars is on? Like, obviously, you know, not every race needs to be packed, but okay, I'm going on a tangent here. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, gamers, campers, if you must. That's all for today. This is my longest video. I'm looking at the timestamp now. This is definitely the longest video I've made. But, you know, as writing this script, I've probably missed out on a bunch of info and shit that happened over the weekend, but just a crazy event, you know. Okay, bye.